In a country where basic food provisions are highly valued, state aid, you rarely see people taking those provisions and tossing them into the mud. But that's exactly what happened in East Lampung. Residents stood outside for hours, enduring heavy rain, expecting a scheduled community visit from the president. Eventually, they were told he wasn't coming. Before the cancellation, organizers had lined up what you see here, sembako. These are bags of rice, cooking oil, and sugar, traditionally handed out during high-profile political visits. In a region where these supplies are often treated as essential support, seeing them thrown into the dirt signals a level of frustration that far outweighs the value of the rice itself. When footage of this protest hit TikTok, it generated confusion among outsiders. The most telling reaction was a simple question. Wait, why is there sembako? Why is food being handed out at a political gathering at all? In the comments sections, local residents split into two camps. Some expressed intense shame over the visible waste of perfectly good food, while others argued the destruction was a completely justified response to the cancellation. One recurring sentiment cut straight to the core of the anger. Commenters noted that politicians are, quote, sweet only when needed. To understand why these bags of rice ended up in the dirt, we have to look past the physical food. We need to examine the unspoken, highly transactional mechanics that keep Indonesian political rallies running. When a national politician plans a regional visit, local organizers have one primary directive: mobilize massive crowds. The goal is to produce optimal optics that project popularity and vibrant grassroots support. To ensure tens of thousands of people actually show up, organizers rely on sembako politics. The food provisions serve as the main currency to incentivize civic turnout. It operates as an unspoken contract. The citizens provide their physical bodies and time to guarantee good camera optics, and the state provides basic sustenance in return. Participants rarely view this as bribery. Historically, it is treated as a traditional exchange of goodwill and mutual respect between a leader and the community. Under normal conditions, as long as both parties actually show up, the transaction works. The citizens get their supplies, and the politician gets a successful, enthusiastic media narrative. In East Lampung, that contract was aggressively broken. The citizens fulfilled their end of the bargain by arriving early and standing in the rain. The principal figure simply failed to uphold his end. Without the presence of the leader, the perceived value of the sembako collapses. It instantly downgrades from a respectful gift of care into a cheap prop meant to buy their afternoon. For the frustrated citizens, rejecting the food was a physical reaction to a harsh realization. Their presence was only ever valued for a photo op that ultimately got canceled. When the leader doesn't show up, the exchange fails. Tossing the food suggests that for these residents, a bag of rice isn't a substitute for the respect of a face-to-face visit. The viral comments exposed a sharp divide in how different generations view political patronage. Older demographics often operate under the assumption that any state gift demands unconditional gratitude, regardless of the circumstances. Meanwhile, a younger, highly critical demographic of digital natives immediately recognized the mechanics at play. They took to TikTok to call out the canceled event for exactly what it was: a failed PR stunt. This generational divide poses a serious threat to traditional campaign strategies. Tactics that rely heavily on material incentives to manufacture political support are becoming glaringly transparent. The fierce, viral nature of the backlash in Lampung proves that traditional political currency is rapidly losing its power to pacify a modern, connected electorate. Political organizers across the country are facing a new reality. The footage from East Lampung demonstrates that simply providing provisions is no longer a guarantee of a peaceful, compliant crowd. There is a new, non-negotiable requirement for political engagement. Citizens are actively demanding genuine presence and accountability, refusing to blindly play their roles in a manufactured spectacle. The imagery of the wasted food now exists as a viral counter-narrative to the staged optics usually seen at these events. The sembako protest is a messy, viral reminder that voters are finally refusing to be treated as mere extras in a political photo op.